Wait, be careful with what you wish, okay? Be careful with what you wish because back in the morning.
But I mean,
evening Ten Hag will join. All right, lads, we are back in another episode presented to you by Bollock Studios, where football nutmegs the nonsense as usual, right? So, hey, welcome back, Kuhan and Shariff. Welcome back to the pod. And of course, 9 episodes later, I think it's 9 episodes later. Oh, yeah. Kugan and we have Kevin back.
Good to be back, guys. Good to be back.
thanks, man. Glad to be
man.
back.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining the pod, man. So, and before I go a bit more further, I mean, thanks to those who have commented as well, right? Because it's, it was just usually the three of us, me, Kuhan, and Shariff usually, right? So it's usually both the United teams actually, the Newcastle United and the Man United as well, right? But so it's good to have a mix in today's episode, right? So of course, speaking of some of the nonsense. Well, if Tragedy October was the theme song for Liverpool, will it be November Rain this month? I don't know. And table toppers Arsenal. It's always this ongoing meme about Arsenal, the elephant on the tree. Will it still remain on top, or are we going based on fun facts? If you're going based on fun facts, Arsenal is in that list. They lead all the way, and then after that, they tend to fall off the tree. And
They do a Spursy.
Find another example.
Is there a word for Arsenal for stumbling? There's like they do, Spurs, they do a Spursy.
Next
then, like,
season FC.
I don't think we
that
have.
That one is new.
But Bottle has always been.
FC, no lah.
Bottle.
So.
I think for the past few seasons, it's been they did a Gerrard, I think. The Gerrard sleep.
Like 3 times in a row, guys. 3 times in a row. Second place.
TVG.
Bridesmaids
FC. Wow. That one also old.
Why? Okay.
always come second. You know what I mean? Bridesmaids.
Always.
I can't believe I need to explain that meme.
Because you are in the highlight now, so we have to know what happens and everything like that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Bridesmaids FC. I mean, like until we win something, the memes are gonna stay.
That's for everything.
The internet will remain undefeated. So
the internet will remain undefeated.
We prove it via the football. It shall continue. And like if you guys think you guys are strong. Dude, we have been going through crisis since the dark ages. Since so long. We have been underachieving for years.
So, all right. So
crisis
that's true,
is not new to us. Just that right now we are enjoying crisis slightly in a posh situation. That's the only difference.
I mean, the success was defined by fourth place last time.
So yeah, I mean, well, by the sounds of it, I think everyone's having a good time already. I've just only started we're gonna call this the monologue. I don't know, right? But already slowly started. I get that sense, celebrating this year first place, that. But nevertheless, right, the show still goes on as usual. So I think everyone is doing okay.
Yes.
All are doing fine. Kuhan, you will be back to Tanah Air tomorrow.
No, Gerak tomorrow.
You are flying tomorrow. Yeah. I see. Then you are back to your homeland.
All back today. Go ahead.
Almost.
Nice.
Very easy to accumulate stuff. Almost.
Okay, right. Later we set up one futsal session with all of us.
Oh yeah, yes. We really all need to. We shall all play together very soon. So all right. So to all the viewers who have tuned in, we thank you and stick around as usual. We have a couple of lined up topics. Yeah. So as you can see, we are going through the international break at the moment. We're covering some of those matches. I think there was some pretty exciting matches there and some surprise, right, from the international matches as well. But before we get into all that, so we have already reached the first 10 to 11 game weeks in the Premier League, right? So considering we have table toppers, we were just talking about the table toppers, Arsenal. Kugan, speaking of the elephant on the tree, the first 10 games that Arsenal, only conceded 2 or 3 goals, right? Only conceded 2 or 3 goals. And then faces Sunderland and concede 2, right? In one match. So, of course, that's just gauging on one match. But what's your take, Kugan, for the past 10 to 11 game weeks in the Premier League for Arsenal, considering table toppers? Fire away, man.
So I think the season has started in the way that we wanted lah, in that sense. But just to go back to last week, it's just about time before we concede. Like, it's not sustainable to go through that long without conceding a goal, and with media narrative switching it to like a completely a different thing. When would Arsenal concede? But then, dude, like, I don't care even if we. There's all these records does not matter, right? In all those matches, it's not that we were 100% watertight like Italy in the 90s. We were not. There were a couple of goals that we would have conceded on a bad day, right? So all these narratives about not conceding, it's not sustainable. We are about to concede. And Sunderland was such a good team. I mean, like, the Stadium of Light, I mean, this year's Tyneside derby, it's gonna be erupting.
Yep.
It's gonna be
Scary, man.
Yeah, and at home, like, bloody hell, they're like little Enfield. It's so noisy. But then the most sakit part was just that we could have won the game, but we had chances, right? But defensively, we were not that solid lah. Now Gabriel is possibly out.
Yeah, injured. Yeah.
Mosquera is gonna come in, and we also have Hincapié. For the first time, I'm not worried about that. So that has been the theme of the seasons, guys. I think this year we are equipped with depth, like quality depth. It's not a major trough in quality the moment somebody else needed to step in. So that has been, I think, the season attacking wise could have been better, but midfield and defense has been solid. Apart from that one freak goal by Szoboszlai, what a goal, by the way.
Yep.
I think the defense has done, including David Raya. Sometimes we forget, we take our good keepers for granted. Like, can you imagine Alisson in all those glory years without him? Like, he is considered the spine, right? But then, like, David Raya wasn't spoken about. People talk about Saliba. People talk about the goal machine, Gabriel. People talk about how there is a proper defensive solidity. But yeah, nobody talks about David Raya. I think the kind of saves he makes when he had to make saves, amazing.
I think people don't talk about Raya because he makes a lot of mistakes also in the beginning.
Now, dude.
Now it's like lesser.
Now, no.
Now
I
don't know.
David Raya is...
Almost none. Almost zero mistakes.
I mean, you mentioned David Raya. I mean, you mentioned Szoboszlai's goal. I tell you, that goal, I think Raya could have done better in terms of positioning.
Really? I thought it was unsavable.
No,
Yeah,
because
I
if you
thought so,
see
that
the
too. It's like,
video, I mean,
what
Raya
a
was a bit
goal.
too far left. But I mean, I'm not taking any goal away from Szoboszlai. But that was the game that I thought Raya could have done better in terms of saving that shot. But then again, after that, the games passed, he really did justify his, his starting 11. And he's been really good for Arsenal. Size does not matter after all.
So I think, yeah. So remember the quote by Alex Ferguson when he said, and this is in the early 90s, when he mentioned that a good goalkeeper gets you at least 12 points in a season minimum. Like, I think all great sides, all title-winning sides need to have like an outstanding goalkeeper.
Yes, true.
Hopefully, like guys, this is Arsenal's, perhaps, I think I said in the last opportunity to do something about it.
It's not last. There's a lot of opportunities season after season. It's just that I think they have a good squad now.
Yeah, the squad has peaked, right? We have played well. We have conceded the least in the past 3 seasons. Then we finished bridesmaids. But silverware.
Especially that FA Cup,
Yeah.
It's what's been
Besides an FA
lacking.
Cup,
Yeah.
Yeah, the Premiership or the Champions League. So that's the thing,
It's a
lah.
must,
I mean,
yeah.
so
After
far the
so many
season
years,
has
it's a
been
must, yeah.
brilliant. Nothing much to, yeah.
Any cup will be a success actually, even if you missed out in the Premier League.
Yeah, even Carling Cup lah for novelty. I think I said that the last time as well.
Yeah.
We never.
I mean,
Hey,
speaking
yeah, I
of
think Arsenal has never won, huh?
what is that?
Arsenal has never won the Carling Cup, right?
I mean, when it was Worthington Cup, we have won it. But as
No,
in recent history, when
really?
it's under Carling Corporation, never.
The League Cup. I
Same.
actually can't remember actually.
Yeah,
Right. So,
yeah.
all right, that's a nice way to sum up the first 10 to 11 games for
Ada
Arsenal.
harapan.
So
Hmm.
sama ada tipis, we don't know. So, but of course, where would
Harapan is always strong, man.
but of course, the question to the viewers, right? And those who are tuned in and those who are like to drop your comments on where do you think Arsenal would finish? And based on Kugan's statement just now, right? For the sake of novelty, would any cup be good enough for Arsenal? Drop your comments. Let us know your thoughts. Send us your predictions. And let's see, right? Let's see who knows. There's no right or wrong at the end of the day. So, all right, guys, moving on, man. Moving on. So we went from table toppers. Now is it going to be November rain? I don't know lah. So, so for those to the viewers as well, right? I know couple of episodes previously. Yeah, I mean of course I did dedicate a song. I wrote one song for Arne Slot with all his excuses, in the press and all
Terrible.
that. So Kevin, the first 10 to 11 games in the Premier League, man. Look, it seems, I mean, of course, coming from fans generally, I'm not like pinpointing. Look, man, there's been lots of, do I dare say, more downs than ups, or am I exaggerating? I don't know. What do you think, Kevin?
I mean, this season, to be honest, has been really, really surprising. Coming back from a title-winning campaign previously, I mean, there's reasons to it, but to me personally, I would feel like, I mean, okay, let me get this out of the system. A lot of them are saying, it's a period of transition, right? Okay, Matt, I see you laughing. Go and don't like this answer. But
No, Kevin, just I want to add, when they say transition and adaptation, my problem is Sunderland has 14 to 15 changes in their whole team, and they drew
but then that's just one game. We are talking about one game. Yeah, we're talking about Sunderland's one game.
I mean,
for all you know, the next game they could lose.
But look at them in the league table actually.
Exactly.
And this is the championship side. That's why I'm saying I don't believe this word adaptation lah. But anyway, go on. Sorry for cutting you off.
No worries. So what I'm saying is it's a transition because, of course, Klopp's system, Klopp's players, okay? And when Slot came in, he just slotted very well with Klopp's system and Klopp's players. That's the reason why he could actually win it. But coming into this season, he needed his own players. He needed Diaz left. We've got some of the other players. Like Salah has not been performing. And then we needed an out-and-out striker. We never had that. Nunes, yeah, he was good in certain games, particularly against Newcastle at one point. But then after that, he slowly dwindled down and then he was not as clinical as we wanted him to be. So Slot needed to bring an out-and-out striker. And we felt that Isak was that. But I think Isak is just maybe, I'm not sure if I don't know what's his problem, because he's played in the Premier League with Newcastle before, but I think maybe his injury or his playing time, he did not play much in Newcastle. So maybe in that sense, he's not particularly fit. But in terms of all the other players, there is one problem I feel it's a huge gap, is the Slot's play. Because, okay, so he wants players to play around Wirtz and Isak, because these are the big money players. But he fails to see that we actually got existing talents that are proven in the league, which is Salah, Gakpo, and Gravenberch. So these three main players, as well as Szoboszlai. So that is where Wirtz does not get much space in his play. So in that sense, Wirtz has been like, and if you see some of the highlights, Wirtz has always got into the position of scoring a goal, but the players does not get that end ball to him. Salah because of his form. He does not pass towards. And then we've got Gakpo taking shots. So
Was it
I feel
better
like
when he
words
played on the left?
for
Good
words.
question there.
I would say, yeah, he was better playing on the left, but that's where I feel like Ekitike, when he comes in and plays on the left, he is as good as how Gakpo plays on the left. So that's the thing. Slot has to juggle with the players that he has. So it's difficult to find the right, position for the players. And again, one more thing I would like to say in terms of the form that the players are going through, it might not be something that a lot of fans might agree. It's just that, when Diego Jota has passed on, a lot has affected the players' morale because they were so close in terms of the friendship, but then if something bad like this happens, maybe it has affected them. But of course, football, you have to move on. You have to just find your feet and get those results. And yeah, in terms of these last 10 games or 11 games, I feel, again, I wouldn't say it's a crisis yet. I still think we are 8 points off the
Not
table.
crisis yet.
Ooh.
No, I wouldn't say that, man.
Not
8
bad,
points,
not bad.
mathematically possible. 8 points is mathematically possible. Okay? If we are like maybe 15 points, then yes. Okay? But it's a crisis, I would not say.
Fair.
Mathematically,
I would support Kevin in this.
Mathematical possible for what? Winning the title?
Yes, mathematically
Go to
possible.
us trick
so it's
question.
the same feeling that MU is also mathematically possible to win the title.
Yeah.
Well,
The
we're not
same
talking
as
about
below-
Man U now, but
I mean, at the
No, I'm
moment,
saying,
Liverpool.
like,
Let me paint a picture. At the moment, if you see Liverpool under transition, it's below Man United that people were saying shit team 17 worse than the other 3 league relegated team. You see, so I hear you, Kevin. But I really want to know what's wrong because we all been saying
yeah,
in the pod, right? I think Kuhan also mentioned that they bought players that they don't need, right? And then players that they bought were playing well. It's not only Isak, it's also Florian Wirtz as well. Ritz or how
Yep.
you ever pronounce him as well.
But
And then I'm not so sure also how why Slot does not want to start with Ekitike, right? And drop Salah. So I mean, a big manager came into a big team. You have to do big decision, right? See,
Yep.
for me, I'm not saying that what you're saying is not right or something, but I think
No, makes sense. Yeah, true.
Liverpool
Of course.
has to wake up, and I think it takes time lah. Last time I'm also like that, Matt also like that, right? But then because you
They
see,
woke up
City is a
against
transition,
Aston Villa
but
and
it's not that
Madrid
bad,
and then
right?
went back to sleep again.
Sorry, come
they
again?
were pathetic against City, lah. That's bad, actually.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean-
Against City, I mean, I'm not going to talk about the goal.
Van Dijk.
Yeah, so, I mean, at that point of time, I felt it was justified that the goal was disallowed. Okay, because I felt that Robertson ducked. This is what I felt, at that point of time, because he ducked, in that sense, interfered with play. But after like watching the videos and all that, felt that Donnarumma's view was not exactly in line. So it did not really affect his view. And in that sense, it should have stood, but it's done and dusted, so we just got to move on. But then
Yeah, I
again,
think-
if
I agree
Do
with
you
you.
think with that goal, if the goal stood, do you think Liverpool would have turned it around?
No,
Yeah.
draw.
no, I would say no. Again, I mean,
Exactly.
I was just about to
being
say,
honest.
if the goal
We
stood,
have to talk about Jeremy Doku in that game. Man
God.
was playing like he was.
I tell you, he was
Wow.
crazy.
He was polarizing, man. Like, he
I was
playing
like, my blood was boiling watching him play.
exactly. Jeremy
I think-
Doku.
I think it's the weakness on the right hand side of Liverpool, right? I mean, they got Frimpong, but then suddenly now
I
they
think
use
Frimpong didn't play, I think.
exactly.
No,
and
he
then,
didn't
and
play.
then
But
they
look,
use
I mean, Bradley basically pocketed
Bradley, yeah.
Vinicius Jr., okay? And then Doku comes in, and where was Bradley during the game? I mean, I didn't see
But
him.
I mean,
but
Vinicius Junior is a
mostly-
different league, man. I mean, because he's playing Spanish league and then coming to Premier League in Anfield, it's different. But I mean,
Doku, man.
the right back, it's the weak link, Kevin. If you ask me, I do not know what do you think, right? Salah don't come down, Salah don't back up.
No,
And then
no.
you're using Sabozla as well. He came, yeah, dia turun
What?
lah, dia turun.
he came down and stayed down.
So so here's the thing, right? You see in our episodes previously, so like you see, Sharif, you were mentioning about, like, when we spoke about, did Slot buy wrong players? But I know one of the previous clips when I asked that question, we had a whole different answer altogether, right? When I asked that, did Slot
Yeah,
actually
Kevin.
buy the wrong players, right? Straight away, Slot is gonna get sacked. So now
In the morning.
so in the morning, even worse. So so Kev, as a Liverpool supporter like yourself, do you think Slot would hold his job until at least the end of the season, or is he paving his way, to be given the pecking order?
January.
What do you think, Kev?
Definitely, he's not going to get the sack. The board is definitely gonna stand by him. I think one of the reasons, of course, Liverpool, the owners, they will tend to give some time to the managers to try to turn things around, and they don't really just give the person the boot even like 10 games down the season, especially after winning the campaign last season. So that has to be at the back of the head of everyone. But I mean, I don't think so. He will stay on maybe the next 2 or 3 seasons. Definitely, he will turn things around.
Wow.
I feel he's the right man for the job, and the reason why I say that is because he has a very different kind of play compared to Klopp. So Klopp has a very Gurkhan pressing kind of play, bombarding from the left and right. Slot is more of a slow pace kind of game, and just tries to attack through the middle instead of the sides and try to get the goal. So that's the reason in terms of the question where buying the wrong players. Words, he needed that player to find space, to actually pass the ball
Slot
to
is
our striker.
way more technical than intensity.
Exactly.
Games they are winning the game. The games Slot and winning, they are not playing with Slot players. They are still playing with
Exactly.
the high tenacity midfielders,
Exactly.
in the third and everything.
Exactly.
Even
So
with Madrid, even with Madrid as well.
even in Madrid as well. So I
Exactly.
don't think that gameplay suits
The
English
players they have.
opponents. Anyway,
No, but yeah.
go on.
No, the problem is Slot is he started off with his new players in the team. From the first league game, then many did not have the season
The
preparation because
transition.
some were injured, some were international games. But when came into the Premier League, he straight started with his newbies. So in that sense, I mean, there's not much period of playing together. But when he brought in Robertson to come back to the team and Bradley come back to the team, that's when we started to find a bit of stability. You know, but again, because of the big money transfer, he still wanted to play Wirtz, and he could not afford to take out Salah. So that I feel he should like just maybe change the players that are not performing, which I feel Salah is one of them right now.
I like when you say I mean, or I not say I like. I'm surprised when you say slots can last 2 to 3 seasons
Yeah, I'm
because
very surprised as well. Actually,
because like I mentioned just now, Kevin. I mean, it's not only the tactical, but also his decision making as well, right? I mean, we've spoken a lot with Arteta. We've spoken about with Ruben Amorim as well. Do you think that he should drop players like Salah, and then clearly players that are not performing to the level you also mentioned, right? Salah is not performing, but he's still getting the minutes, right? And Isak is not performing. Atitike is getting more
so
chances,
can't play.
more goals, right? But why he's not starting this players? It took him the loss with, was it with Man United after the Man United game? What I forgot the team that they lost after Man United also.
You guys are milking it.
Yeah, only to start Robertson again. Robertson was in the bench with
Yep.
Mm.
Against United.
when yes, against United, but he started with Kirkes, right? So I just want to see your point of view on that. What do you see about his decision making and team selection, right?
Again, it comes back to what I just said earlier. So he's just because of the big money signings, he just wants to
No.
put in everyone to play around Words and Isak, but unfortunately Isak is not performing, and I think just recently
Isak is
got
not
injured.
playing. He's injured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not performing. I mean, he was
He'll be
playing
injured again
before
for
he
a
got
long,
injured,
long
but
time.
then off form, and then
Who looks at
Ekitike overlook. I come back. I know the question you all asked, which got me thinking. Did Klopp did Slot actually buy the wrong players? I feel like I feel on
Exactly. That's my
paper,
next question. So,
Yeah.
okay, I feel on paper, Ekitike was supposed to be the wrong player, okay, because
Yes,
they wanted Isak, okay.
sorry,
They
ATTK
only
is
they
supposed to be the wrong player.
was
supposedly.
supposed to be the wrong player, okay, because they wanted Isak, but Isak did not come
Yeah,
Correct.
until the end of the
Isak should
deadline.
work.
And Ekitike came in as a secondary option if Isak did not happen. But it became the other way around now. You know, Ekitike is performing way better than any Liverpool fan would have expected. I mean, to be honest, I didn't know who was he before coming into Liverpool. But so, yeah, in that sense, I think I'm thankful that Ekitike is performing. At least he is actually, you
Yeah,
know,
that guy is so good.
bringing some
And similarly, I
justification
was
to
saying,
Slot's decision.
so that's why in one of the previous episodes as well, I did mention, I think by far Ekitike is Liverpool's best player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
couldn't agree more.
maybe just one last because Kugan said that Arsenal might win the title, which is I think I fully agree. It's Arsenal to lose. So where do you think Liverpool will end up?
Yeah,
Mathematically
actually, I am
Mathematically,
realistically
winning?
across
Okay.
all the tournaments lah, because
Yeah.
Okay, if
because
we
I think
can,
they're out of
yeah.
Above MU you're happy, Kevin. Right?
Oh, definitely, of course. Have to keep them on
hey,
at the below.
you see when
To
you
keep
ask
that,
when you see give you some Shariff for history lessons a bit, friendship history lessons. That's a similar
Go
answer,
ahead, go
Kevin.
ahead.
That's a similar answer Kevin will say to me and us, right? In FPL. As long as Kevin
I knew you were
finishes
going to bring
above
that up.
me as long Kevin finish above me in FPL, he's happy. He don't
he's a
care.
winner.
Is that
He can even be
That's
at
all. That's all that matters.
20th place. He can even be
Okay.
30th place also, as long as I'm below him. So
So
are you
I
saying
mean,
Kevin, the
come
same
on.
as well? MU?
same, for
Yeah, I
United?
mean, come on. The rivalry between Man U and Liverpool has been like donkey years. I mean, you guys are going through it. We went through it before, these phases of life. And also, we just want to be on top, better than the other person, to say the least. So I would say, I mean, yes, if Liverpool were not to win the league, I'll be hoping Arsenal to win it. And mathematically, still possible to defend the league.
That's my
8
second
points,
surprise,
8
though. That's
points.
my second surprise.
Man.
That's my second
Yeah,
surprise, man. I mean, good,
but
good. I like the
if
positivity.
if you have 15 points, maybe we lose the next 2 games, then I would say we will lose the title definitely. Maybe third place at the end.
I think
Third
that
place. Okay. Wow. Okay.
third place lah, okay lah, reasonable. I think in the event of Slot getting sacked, I think I already know who the board is going to replace with actually.
Who?
I think it's going to be Man City's assistant coach now.
Assistant coach or Pep Linders. Pep Linders. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, sorry?
this Klopp former assistant.
Yeah, Pep Linders. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he probably will replace Slot. I think if at all Slot gets sacked.
Well, let's see. Maybe in the next 3 years.
So of course, quite a big statement you made, Kevin. 2 to 3 seasons at least Slot will still managing Liverpool. So
Mathematically for the
and
title.
mathematically, but
No lah,
again.
we're just pulling you. But
No,
Kevin,
of
you're a
course.
nice
Okay.
guy.
Let's see what
Nice
happens.
right?
Liverpool guy.
So,
Of
but
course.
again, but do stay tuned. And please prepare your hearts and your mental state of mind when that time comes. Okay, and so there will be another song.
Hey, go on lah.
So, but again, but of course, question to the viewers as well. I mean, those are pretty big. Do I dare say big statements mentioned by Kevin? Being a Liverpool supporter, that Slot will not get sacked at least for another 2 to 3 seasons. I mean, we're not hoping for the sack. I think it's just more of should it happen or not, right?
Kuhan is
And
hoping.
so,
December.
and of course, followed by where would Liverpool finish by the end of the season, right? With or without Slot, quote and unquote. So of course, what do you call this? To all those who are tuned in, to drop us your predictions, your thoughts, your comments on where and how and what can be done for Liverpool or should be as well done, right? We would love to hear your thoughts as football fans like us, right? So of course, moving on, guys. So Kev, thanks, man. That was nice to hear. Very hopeful, very
We
hopeful,
gotta have some hope.
words,
Yeah.
So is it hopefulness? Is it the hope that kills, or is it deluluness? Let's find out. So moving to
Man, that
the
was
one,
hard.
I can say delulu because a lot of United fans out there are the same category. So we have seen it. We have seen it, right? So when
Been there, done that.
United fans be real, this other bunch of United fans cannot accept. So speaking of United, all of you here as well, you all have tuned in. We've covered United quite a bunch as well. So, to sum up, 10, 11 game weeks, I think it's still, for me, I think, yep, it's still WIP. United still remains unbeaten, although didn't win. Could have lost. Last 2 games, very lucky. I think Shariff and all of us can agree. Very lucky to get away with a point. And it's like, yeah. And so, of course, it's still a work in progress. Let's put it that way, right? But most important is, as long as United is, we are just looking below us on the table. Hey, that's Liverpool. So
That's the
That,
only thing
that
they can
vision has never
celebrate, I
stopped
guess.
already, right? No,
yeah, so let's
still
stay
have
down there
almost
for a
like
while, right? But of course, speaking of mathematically, right?
Yeah, next 5 games.
yep, very
I
easy.
think very winnable. I really hope the fellow gets to cut his hair. Like it's getting annoying right now.
I agree. And
What's the
Yes,
guy's name,
27.
lah? We always keep talking about the
No,
guy
we
with the
cannot mention
hair.
his name,
United
man.
strength.
Strand, the United
He's
Strand,
getting
that's his
more
channel.
fame because of not cutting his hair.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, and it's so.
But I saw
You're saying.
I saw some people make statistics. No, if he was a different football fan, right? If it's an Arsenal fan, it took him 1 day to cut his hair. But what caught me surprised was if he was City fan, it took him almost 100 plus. I think it was 112 or 115. So that guy,
One,
that guy.
150.
So that's how I think I said once, right? I think that guy really want to keep his hair, like,
Yeah.
He 5 games straight. You think? I mean, Arsenal took almost 5 years to build those. That
Yeah,
momentum, right? I mean, come on, guy. You got to use a little bit of common sense. 3 games, I okay lah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay
mean,
lah. It
100
would
5
have made
games.
sense if it said
for
like
City.
5 games unbeaten. Makes sense.
Yeah, draw pun okay lah.
5 games winning streak.
Wait, I think he's thinking he's playing FM, or I don't know, FIFA, or I don't know.
No, but it's. I mean, we should not also take away that it is a marketing genius.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, of course. And second, like what Matt said, I'm United fan, a bit delulu. I mean, very optimistic. Five
Got
games
two
Yeah.
straight.
got 2 categories, and it's about levels. So yeah, it's about levels, the Lulu also got level. But yeah, I mean, of course, that's just my summary a little bit on United, right? Overall. But I think Sharif might my guess, probably your guess is as good as mine as well. But if there are anything additional to whatever we have covered in our previous episodes, go ahead, man.
No, I think I also wanted to say like what Kugan said as well, right? When I watched or saw the fixtures, the next 5 fixtures we really call Amorim, right? To see where they are. Is it this a just like a purple patch, for us because of the Liverpool form? Because like I mentioned to you also as well, I think when we were both two of
Yep.
us, right? It started to change after the Brentford game, right? And then went through to Brighton game, but then it started to be back the United way again. The United way, quote and unquote, right?
Yep.
At Nottingham Forest, and also I think the latest one we what? I can't remember
See,
the
even
last
we
game,
can't
right?
remember, right? So
Nottingham Forest, and what's the game that
we played.
which is we almost yeah.
We almost lost. Yeah,
So
we would have lost that.
yeah,
Spurs.
for me,
We played Spurs
like
previously. Yeah.
still so for me it's like still not cemented what United wants to play, right? But I also have I think because Kugan, you also mentioned about keeper as well. I think we have to give credit to elements, right? I heard somewhere someone was saying, I think in a podcast as well, that since he started, United have not lost a game, right?
Yeah.
So that is the
It's so important.
I would say he's not a game changer, right? But it gives something lah to the team, right? Where you have
Correct.
Onana or Bayinde, right? Yeah, exactly. So yeah. I mean, it's a little bit different United, but yeah.
I also feel with Lisandro Martinez coming back for you guys, he will add a lot of stability to the core. And yeah, the rebuild begins lah. I hope you guys don't get good soonest, but the rebuild begins.
But I think
I like.
I
I know what it means.
understand
I
that.
know what it means. You know what Kugan means? Kugan means that good but not good enough. In between that.
Because if 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 too good, then no topic it in any podcast, right?
We
So
have
one
no
podcast.
topic.
I saw one podcast. I saw one podcast. Maybe I can ask around, right? I saw one podcast. They were just discussing about Man United. This is all like a football fan. So I
Mhm.
like I like one question they asked, right? If you could rate Ruben Amorim, right, until now, I think it's
Mhm.
58 more than 50 game, right? So
Mm.
A to F lah, right? I think A is good, F is bad, right? So maybe
Okay.
start with you, man. What you give him?
A good, F bad lah. So like the SPM result kind
Yeah,
lah. I
like
think
our exam lah.
SPM na G,
I would do exam,
G gagal. I would well, it's still a WIP. I would give him I'll give him of course I still give him credit for what he has done. So that's a C for me lah. I would still give a C for
alright.
now, depending on where we finish. Because put it this way, right? I you cannot
No.
gauge last season. Yeah,
Until
I
now,
don't want to talk about last season is a closed chapter. This is like betul-betul his first season. So for as of now, 10 to 11 games, I would give a C lah. I will still give a C for now. Yeah. Yeah. So and
Anyone want
by
to try?
the-
Go ahead.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel that no matter we question and all his tactics and why Casemiro coming in, going out, and what it does with Tesco and all these things. Also,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I think he is doing a good
He's
job.
very young. Someone told him he's very young.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a good job for a very broken, not very
Yeah.
stable MU team.
Yep.
I agree.
That's the point.
I see your point. Anyone else? Kugan? Hey, Kugan? Kevin?
I would
Don't
say,
give up.
I would say,
Ruben Amorim
S.
is solid C lah for now.
Yes.
I think he still have a long way to go before he finds that complete fluidity. It's very clear what he's trying to do. Like the first
Yep.
game of the league, the season against United, like it was so clear. Arteta was technically beaten in that game. So that's the kind of thing that Amorim is capable for. But I think Ineos gotta give him time lah. So it's
Yeah,
a C,
agree.
but like he is definitely a very good coach. He definitely can take United to the next level, but gotta give him time.
Yeah, agreed.
F?
Agreed.
yeah,
Kevin will
definitely
give
a
F.
C as well. Yeah. No,
Eh,
lah.
Kevin say I don't give.
I don't give a F. I don't give a
To be
F.
honest, if Ten Hag was still around, I would salute and hopefully he's still stuck around. But since we have Amorim here,
Wait.
Be careful with what you wish, okay? Be careful with what you wish because
Hey,
if
Kevin,
you get back in the morning, Ten Hag
yeah.
is-
But I mean,
Ten Hag datang.
evening Ten Hag will join. Careful.
no lah, C lah, C. Definitely C lah. Look, Amorim won the Premier League. Amorim won the Premier League with Man U. Oh, sorry, that's the summer series.
sajalah.
Wow,
I know, but
not
seriously-
bad. Got comeback.
You
So
see.
still giving A lah because of the Premier League.
Ada Premier
Yeah,
League
but
lah.
serious note,
Sama
C. He's got a good team. He just needs to tweak a bit. Yeah, I'm sure he can do well lah.
Yeah, I was about to give a C, but after what Kuhan said, I might go up a C plus. I think, yeah,
No, I think-
I
But again, we can agree
Yeah.
as well. But at the end of the day, look, it's like okay, it's like the equivalent. When I said when like Kuhan, you mentioned A is because he's like pelajar pandai. dalam kelas bodoh. So like maybe I gave a C because he's like in a science class, semua pandai, dia kurang, dia above average. So bagi C. So something like that lah. That's how I see it, right? So dia dalam science class, semua all clever fellas in the class. Dia above average. So something like that. So when I say the class pandai is because he's going against the Peps, he's going against all the Oliver Glasners and all that. So all in the same class. All playing 3-4-3, 3-4-2-1, all that kind of formation and all that, but it's just the method is different. So that's why maybe I also give him a C lah. But again, that's just obviously from us only. We of course want to address these to the fans as well, right? What
Yep.
do you rate? How much do you rate Ruben Amorim in his first 10 to 11 games in charge for Man
No,
United?
50 games from last season to now. We
Oh, you
cannot
want
rate
to
for
okay?
10,
So you
11
want to
games.
go last season?
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
as long okay.
That's why I said
I again for the record, I really disagree, especially to fan of Man United fan who say that last season is nothing. No. Last
Oh.
season, yeah. Even
Mm.
though he
Okay.
came in half season, that's still
Actually, it's not even
you
half.
still
No.
think
Actually, it's not even
Yeah.
half. No, it was more than half.
more than
came
half,
in.
3/4.
Even worse. That makes it even worse. But of course, addressing it back to the fans, right? To the viewers, to all the fans out there, United fans. How much do you rate Ruben Amorim? Gauging in his considered it's like official, unofficial, like his as if first season in charge of United, right? So yeah, let us know your thoughts. Drop the comments, and of course, you can also predict where would United finish in the league this season as well, right? Well, I mean, there are predictions that United might just finish top 4. Hopeful or Delulu, I leave that to you all. So
yeah, I mean, mathematically,
right.
it's still possible.
Yeah,
Mathematically,
come on,
let's see.
only 1 week or only one game 1 week, right? Come on, Ruben Amorim. Come on, MU.
All right. So well, of course we'll just now. I mean, of course we spoke about one United. We'll go to another United lah. Newcastle United. Newcastle United.
Okay, apa
Previous
kita?
episodes we were talking about. Okay, maybe not we, but maybe more like I highlighted that. Isak left for Liverpool. Strike force impacted. Also, Shariff also stole your thunder when we were talking about XGs, you known as Abang XG and all that. So we also gathered some
XG.
stats and all previous episodes, yeah. But looking at the struggles, the current form of Newcastle, what's your take, lah, bang? You tell us, man.
So Newcastle is now a Jekyll and Hyde team. So in the they are quite.
I'm
Yeah,
calling it right now. Newcastle United Champions League quarterfinalist.
yeah. I think
Big
champions.
statement, man. Big statement. All right.
I mean, bro. That is a bit of a stretch. You and I both know it, but
Of course. But we want to beat Lulu as well.
oh yeah, lah, bro.
Optimistic.
We want to beat Lulu, so why I'm waiting to beat Lulu.
Yeah. I mean, like it's a bit odd, lah, because modern big clubs usually do Lulu.
Yeah, I mean, I've never experienced Lulu, so I want to experience the Lulu. So that's why I said it actually. Anyway, you see, as a Newcastle fan, I've experienced like relegation twice. I've experienced mediocrity, where most of MU fans and maybe to a larger extent, slightly lesser Liverpool fans have not experienced this kind of stuff. So that's why I'm very casual about it actually. But when it comes to Newcastle form, especially in the league, it's a systemic problem because it's not about the strike force. It's one thing, as I mentioned before, Eddie Howe likes this words, intensity is our identity. You can do that when you have one game in a week.
Yep.
You can do that a lot. But then when you have a lot of games coming in, you cannot really play that. And the thing is that the Champions League games are not as demanding as a Premier League game. So this is why a lot of English clubs are doing well in the new Champions League system.
Yeah, new
the
format.
last the new format. So it's a given that English clubs will do well. And having said that, the problem for Newcastle is how you want to play those games across 3 different games in a week. Actually, and that is why they are dropping the pace. They are not
Mm,
a lot. They are not doing that, and a lot of teams they are actually attacking Danburn, who's now our left back,
mm,
and a lot of goals is coming from his side. They're using pace to come around that side and all these things all, and there is it is a problem. And the other thing is that we also miss a striker like Isak, who would rather go forward, who's more pacey to attack, to lead the front line. We're having a striker who is, though he's now the main man for Germany, he scored 2 goals for Germany
Walter Mada.
a couple of days ago. But for Newcastle, he's coming quite deep, and this is a problem. And that's when you need to rely on goal scoring wingers, and we don't have a goal scoring winger like how Mohamed Salah example. I don't think Salah can thrive if at all Firmino is not the deep lying striker which comes down and the unselfish player. Walter Mada is that player, but we don't have the wingers who can score consistently. So
True.
this is what I'm seeing in the league, which is happening. I mean, for the non-Newcastle fan, it's very easy when they see the scoreline and say, "Oh, there's no Isak." No, that's not the case. It's not about Isak actually. It's about
Don't get us wrong. I mean, we just for starters.
It's a sensitive
For
topic, like
starters.
Isak.
It's about Isak, right? I told you don't say Isak, man. Move on.
no. I mean, it is about having more games. It is about the Champions League being much more easier for Premier League club. So what Newcastle is going through is basically a mixed season, and I think
So
go on.
so Bang, will that also result to the lack of depth? Because I think Newcastle's depth is pretty okay. And of course, with the amount of games that, week in, week out, Newcastle is in, like, it's the Champions League, they've got, the Premier League and so on and all that, right? They would surely look into rotation and stuff like that. That should perhaps not entirely impact, no? I don't know, just a random question.
The thing, Newcastle is not used to having a big squad. Eddie Howe is always having a small squad and playing that game actually. So that's another problem, which I think as well. So it's also the manager adaptability to plug and play. I see them doing it there and here, but it's not like Chelsea lah. I mean, you just just take some cabutan emas and then can play. It's not like that. But the reality is that while the squad depth is there, experimenting with the squad depth is another thing. Because Newcastle struggled the Champions League year where they were in Champions League, they finished like I think like 7th or 11th, something like that, quite low the table because they struggled with massive amount of injuries we had. At that season, we had the highest number of players not playing for us in one whole season. You don't want this to happen now, but then at the same time, you don't have your, the best players playing as well.
Agreed as well.
Good. I think
Okay.
the away form is also worth talking
Yeah, the
about.
away form, my God, tell me about it, man.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
also with MU as well. The away form also very bad, right? I do not know what's going on as well.
I mean, it
No, I mean,
means
just to
it's
add
not-
in. I mean, Kugan, I think I understand what you mean in terms of Newcastle's play. Yes, they have good squad depth. They have good players all around, and I think Isak leaving did not really affect them much because Walter Made really came in and slotted in perfectly. And what a player you guys have. But I think, like you mentioned, is the system that how
the system,
Eddie Howe
yes.
is playing. Where Walter Made drops back, and helps out with the midfield. So there's not one person up there like Isak that would attack the ball. But again, Walter Meda is really is justifying his place, by helping everyone around. I think it's just the system that they will actually get into it.
So Kevin, when
Maybe
you
I have something
you go.
to ask Kuhan as well. Kuhan, but from my point of view, right? I see. I'm not maybe yes, the strike force is there, but somehow I always see Newcastle as having a proper defense line. I mean, they don't ship goals a lot also as well. But this season, it seems like something is wrong. Maybe I know you. I know you'll blame Nick Pope, but other than
Come on, because
other than
anyway,
that,
I'm honestly looking forward for the next game because we will get Livramento back. Lewis Hall and Livramento,
City,
I
right?
think, will be back.
Next.
Newcastle, the fullbacks is very, very important. So right now our fullback is Trippier, though good. Okay, Dan Burn and Trippier Newcastle's now fullback, which played the last 5 or 6 games. The problem is that they are not really good against one-on-one. Their statistics, so they struggle. I mean, Dan Burn is a bit better. Trippier also okay, but do you know, based on stats, the best player in one-on-one situation is Tino Livramento in the whole Premier League.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The left back.
So
I mean, he has that in his locker ever since his Southampton.
I mean, you see him like last season, how he buckled down on Salah, for example, and
Yep.
Saka and all these things. So I mean, it won't come out in your mainstream media because we're not the Sky Six, but so we are missing the fullbacks. And I think our centre back has no issue. And Nick Pope, I think is injured, so we might see
No.
the former Arsenal goalkeeper, which I rate him a bit highly because he can use his legs.
Right, let's see.
Yeah, but anyway, it's a mixed season for Newcastle. That's about it actually. I mean, I look forward for the cup matches most of the time nowadays.
So before we go to to our next session, where I think everyone know wants prediction, right? So where do you think Newcastle mathematically can be at the end of season?
For the Premier League, I think the top 10 is a good place to be. But in the cups, I think we will go for some finals.
That's good. I mean, so far, all in all, it's been a good season for Newcastle. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, finishing 10 will not be no Champions League season after.
Unless you win the Champions League, then you're in the Champions League.
So, do you think you'll win the Champions League?
No, I mean, like any European place,
Any
European
fan can
place
hope
good.
lah.
Yeah, we can. I want to be the Lulu. I want to be the Lulu. We just won our league
I
cup,
feel you,
so now
Kugan.
we're going to
I
win the
feel
Champions
you.
League.
I take
Yes.
back my
Spurs
initial
made it to the
statement. I
final.
I like
feel
how
you.
the jump, right?
Be the
Okay,
Lulu.
we have won the League Cup. The next is the Champions League.
Of course, I
We-
want to think like MU and Liverpool fans.
yes.
Oops. So
Hopefully, it's
But-
not
but-
easy. Like, go ahead. You got the league. You just need to have the champions. Then you get the Champions League.
wow, even Bahan people also not bad. So that Shariff hidden talent.
We are enjoying.
But yeah, speaking of which, also Kevin, I like the way you kind of patched it, because when you spoke about Walter Mother, like he's slotted in very well in the Newcastle team. Well, I'm not sure if you're saying that because Isak is in Liverpool now. So
See,
you just want to patch.
again, you want to see Isak, no?
I just want to
I
patch
don't
the
know.
wound. There's a wound, patch first. Then I talk about Nick Walter Mother first. So
It's like he sapu the girlfriend of Awet Chun. Then he said the guy got a lesser. He's something like that, lah.
Yeah.
all right, Ben. So addressing to the viewers as well, for those who have tuned in, of course, where would Newcastle finish? Let us know your thoughts. And not only where would they finish in the Premier League, similarly to Arsenal as well. Would it be, for sake of novelty, would Newcastle at least clinch something, right? A trophy, take home a trophy or something like that. Let us know your thoughts, and we look forward to address them accordingly. So of course, to the boys, thanks guys for tuning in, joining in, and to all our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new here, please do like and subscribe, and hit the notifications as well. Stay tuned to weekly episodes filled with banters, obviously, and football talks and all and all what that's fun, right? So this is us signing out. Matt, your host, Shariff, Kuhan, Kev, Kugan. Until the next episode, stick around, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.